The four horsemen of the apocalypse. Who are they and what do they portend? In the hushed chambers of forgotten history, where shadows cling to the edges of understanding, there lies a prophecy whispered through millennia, a vision of the end, a stark unveiling of humanity's deepest fears and a divine judgment. From the enigmatic pages of the Book of Revelation emerge four figures, spectral riders whose approach signals a profound shift in the cosmic order. They are known simply as the four horsemen of the apocalypse. But who are these enigmatic riders? What ancient forces do they embody, and what terrifying truths do their thundering hooves truly portend for the world and for the human soul? Join us as we pull back the veil and embark on a contemplative journey to decipher the profound and often unsettling messages embedded within this powerful biblical imagery. The looming shadows, setting the stage for revelation. To truly grasp the significance of the four horsemen, we must first immerse ourselves in the tumultuous world from which the Book of Revelation emerged. Written by John of Patmos, traditionally identified with John the Apostle, around 95 AD, Revelation was penned during a period of intense persecution of Christians under the Roman Emperor Domitian. This was not a time of peace and prosperity for early believers, but one of tribulation, martyrdom, and the ever-present threat of imperial wrath. John's vision, often described as an apocalypse, a Greek word meaning unveiling or revelation, served not merely as a dire prediction of the future, but as a message of hope, warning, and ultimately, triumph for those who remain steadfast in their faith amidst overwhelming adversity. The imagery, rich with symbolism drawn from Old Testament prophecy and contemporary Roman imperial cults, would have resonated deeply with its original audience, offering a framework through which to understand their suffering and anticipate divine intervention. Decoding the scroll. The unveiling of the riders. The narrative of the four horsemen unfolds in Revelation chapter 6, following the visionary scene where John witnesses the Lamb, Christ, taking a scroll with 7 seals from God's right hand. As the Lamb begins to break these seals, the apocalyptic drama commences. When the first seal is broken, a white horse appears, its rider carrying a bow and given a crown, riding forth to conquer. This figure, often identified as pestilence, or more broadly, conquest itself, suggests a period of expansion, dominance, or even the spread of ideologies. Some interpretations link this rider to Christ's triumphal spread of the gospel, while others see him as a precursor to earthly empires and their relentless pursuit of power. The ambiguity is deliberate, inviting deeper contemplation. The breaking of the second seal introduces a fiery red horse, its rider granted the power to take peace from the earth, causing people to kill each other, and given a large sword. This is war, an unmistakable harbinger of conflict, civil strife, and global unrest. Its very description evokes bloodshed and the breakdown of societal order, a grim reminder of humanity's destructive capacity. Next, the third seal reveals a black horse, its rider holding a pair of scales. A voice declares, "A quart of wheat for a day's wages, and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil and the wine." This is famine, a stark depiction of economic hardship and scarcity. The scales symbolize careful rationing, where basic necessities become luxuries. Yet curiously, the oil and wine, often associated with the rich, are spared, hinting at social stratification and unequal suffering during times of crisis. Finally, the fourth seal unleashes a pale horse, and its rider is named Death. Hades follows close behind him. They are given power over 1/4 of the earth to kill by sword, famine, plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. This rider, the culmination of the preceding 3, represents the ultimate consequence: widespread mortality caused by war, starvation, disease, and the untamed forces of nature. The conjunction with Hades underscores the finality and totality of this destruction. The unseen hand, hidden theological meanings. Beyond the literal imagery of destruction, the four horsemen carry profound theological weight. They serve as a powerful testament to the sovereignty of God, even in the midst of chaos and suffering. These events, though terrifying, are not random. They are part of a divine plan, initiated by the Lamb himself. This suggests that even the darkest aspects of human history and suffering fall within the purview of God's ultimate control and purpose. The horsemen also speak to the cyclical nature of human sin and its consequences. War, famine, pestilence, and death are not merely future events. They are recurring realities born from humanity's fallen state, its greed, lust for power, and estrangement from God. Revelation, in this sense, is not just about a future apocalypse, but about the unveiling of the constant spiritual battle waged throughout history. The breaking of each seal signifies a progression, an intensification of these consequences, ultimately leading to a global reckoning. Furthermore, the sequence itself is significant. Conquest often precedes war, which in turn leads to famine, and the culmination of all these results in widespread death. This logical progression suggests an interconnectedness of human actions and their devastating reverberations across the earth. Whispers and wonders, controversies and interpretations. Throughout history, the identity and timing of the four horsemen have sparked countless debates and diverse interpretations. Some scholars view the horsemen as literal, future events that will unfold during the end times. A premillennialist perspective, they scour current events, looking for parallels to the white horse of conquest, perhaps a new world order, the red horse of global conflict, the black horse of economic collapse, and the pale horse of widespread pandemics. Others adopt a preterist view, arguing that many of Revelation's prophecies, including the horsemen, were fulfilled in the 1st century AD, primarily during the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD and the persecution under the Roman Empire. In this view, the white horse might represent the Roman legions, the red horse, the Jewish-Roman wars, the black horse, the subsequent famine, and the pale horse, the death that ensued. A continuous historical view sees the horsemen as representing ongoing forces that have manifested throughout history, appearing repeatedly in various forms across different eras. For these interpreters, the horsemen are not confined to a single historical period but symbolize perpetual patterns of war, famine, disease, and the struggle for power that plague humanity. Finally, there are symbolic interpretations that see the horsemen not as literal events, but as allegories for spiritual realities, moral decay, or the consequences of societal choices. In this light, the white horse could symbolize false ideologies, the red horse hatred, the black horse injustice, and the pale horse the spiritual death that results from turning away from God. These varying perspectives underscore the rich, multi-layered depth of biblical prophecy, inviting continuous study and personal reflection. The echoing thunder, a call to reflection. As we draw our journey to a close, the thundering hooves of the four horsemen continue to echo across the chasm of time, not merely as a historical curiosity, but as a perpetual warning and a profound call to introspection. They are a stark reminder of the fragile balance of peace, the devastating consequences of human discord, and the ever-present shadow of mortality. Yet, beyond the terror they evoke, the four horsemen ultimately serve a greater purpose within the grand narrative of Revelation, to underscore the urgent need for repentance, faithfulness, and an unwavering hope in the ultimate triumph of the Lamb. What then does this ancient vision truly ask of us, caught between the echoes of past tribulations and the whispers of future uncertainties? Perhaps it is a profound invitation to examine the rider within each of us, the impulses toward conquest, conflict, scarcity, and despair, and to choose instead the path of peace, justice, and enduring faith, even as the shadows lengthen and the seals continue to